Hello, my name is Pablo Rodriguez. I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. Actually, I live in Berlin, Germany. And this is my assignment for the Coursera course of Introduction to Music Production. In this case, I'm going to compare the graphical interface of four different synthesizers. To begin, I'm going to start with the number one is the CS80B2. As you can see, just for graphical purpose, please follow my big arrow. In this synthesizer, we have two oscillators, and we have the parameters of different types of wave. In this case, we have a sine wave, a sap down, a sap up, a square, a noise, and a random wave. In this case, as I said, we have two oscillators. We have also for each oscillator two filters in which those filters are 24 dBs. We have our amplitude, and we have our low frequency oscillator, in which in this case it has the same type of waves to modulate the different types of sounds from reshape the different sounds of the synthesizer. In this case, I'm gonna play a few notes so you guys can know how this synthesizer works. Our next one, it's the Minimoog. Actually, this is the virtual version of a real synthesizer. In this case, the Minimoog it's a synthesizer that was very created back in the 70s, and actually this type of synthesizer is very used to create bass sounds. And in this case of virtually, they recreate what is a real Minimoog. In this case also, we have three oscillators, one, two, three. In this case, we have a mixer in which the use of the mixer, it's to mix the different type of sounds that comes for each oscillator. In this case of in the case of the oscillators, they use different type of waves from the previous synthesizer. In this case, it has a triangular wave, a subtriangular, a sawtooth wave, a square wave, a narrow wide rectangular, and a narrow rectangular type of wave. Also, it has the filter section with a cutoff frequency module knob, filter emphasis, amount of the contour. It has also the attack time, the decay time, and the sustain label. In this case, this is the filter. Also, we have the loudness contour, or in this case is part of the amplifier, in which also has the attack time, decay time, or sustain. In this case, it doesn't use a low LFO. In this case, it's just the Minimoog. It doesn't have that type of module, so that's why it brings a very bass sound. So for the purpose, I'm gonna play a few notes so you can hear what kind of sounds that you can create on the Minimoog. As you can see, very rough sounds comes from this Minimoog. The third one is the modular B. In this case, it looks it looks a very intimidated type of synthesizer, but in basic it has the same principle of any other synthesizer. Actually, the modular B is the virtual uh, synthesizer of a big one hardware synthesizer in which it can use up to 12 oscillators. In this case, in this virtual world, is cut off in session. In this case, this is where the oscillators. We can use different type of oscillators or drivers. Drivers are type of module that they create certain sounds with the frequency of the pulse waves. So in this case, you can produce different type of private sounds, and you can remix it with other oscillators. Also, the main oscillators in this case, in the case of the modular B, it has a basic sound wave, a triangle wave, a sawtooth, and a square wave. Also, you can use an envelope to shape any kind of shape with the different type of waves in the oscillator. Right here, this session is the mixer part in which you mix the oscillators with the envelopes, and the envelopes send the sound to the filter pass. In this case, the filter use three module of filters in which we can be reshaped with up to six type of envelopes with different parameters. When we can use from each one of the oscillator different type of sounds with up to three filters, and the envelopes they have the same type of functionality with the attack, the decay, the release, and the sustain. So you can reshape a filtration, each filter with the different envelope in how the sounds they can go through the flow of the synthesizer. We have also different type of filter fixed banks in which they use different types of effects modules. In this case, we have a dual delay, a chorus, and we can combine this type of filter effects with the sounds of the oscillators and the filters instead. Also, we have a low low pass filter in which it controls different types of when we want to get reshape certain sounds. So we have our low pass frequency and a step sequencer. As you can see, it looks very intimidating, but the principality goes right. We have the oscillators of filters and our banks of low pass filters and in this low pass filters and our section for effects. Then in this case, I'm gonna play some of the sounds of this synthesizer. As you can see, it's a pretty nice uh, synthesizer. The last one, it comes with my DW. In this case, I'm using Ableton Live 9, and there's a synthesizer that comes with the DW. Or it's called analog. In this case, analog use three types of generate sounds. In this case, it used two oscillators and one build module. They create noise in which we can combine with a filter. In this session, as you can see, also it has a graphical way that we can we can figure out the envelope of the types of the filtration that we want. In this case, also has not only one filter; it has two filters in which we can combine with the two oscillators. We have amplitude, uh, in which also we can have these levels graphic with the attack, decay, sustain, and release. And or LFO, or low frequency oscillator, in which it has two LFOs to control each one of the sounds of each oscillator throughout the filter and the amplification. And we have our physical type of routing mixing board. In this case, it goes oscillator, filter, amplification, and the low frequency oscillator. As you can see, in a sense, each one of, uh, of the synthesizers, they're different in a form of graphical, but in principality is the function is the same. In this case, I'm gonna play a few notes of the analog so you guys can hear what type of sounds they can do. As you can see, it makes a little bit of different bright sounds. And obviously, I push a few buttons with the amplification and filtration. But as you can see, that each one of the oscillators, you can recreate different type of sounds in combined with your filtration, your amplification, your LFOs. Um, Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. I know this is the last assignment that we have. I wish each one of you the best. I hope in your music career you better success. Also, keep in contact with me. I love electronic music. I'm always looking for collaboration, and definitely, I wish everyone has a nice. A nice and vibrant life in the musical life, and definitely this course taught me a lot, and I hope the best to everyone. Thank you very much, and I wish the best, and we see you somewhere. Thank you.